Ciao besties! Welcome to a week in my life as a brand designer, content creator, and freelancer who works from home. Long time no see! It's been quite a while since I made a video, and there's actually a lot more people since last year, so I wanted to take this moment to welcome all of you. Pretty abrupt comeback. I've kind of teased it on my Instagram, but I didn't say anything here, so hi. Today is actually a pretty special day, and I thought it would be the best way to kick off this week and just bring you guys along with me into a semi-average week as a brand designer and to show you what I do and whatnot. But the first thing that we have to do today, first thing to check off my to-do list, is watching the season finale of Industry. I don't want you guys to think that I spend my work days chilling and watching TV, but you know, sometimes when it's special occasions like a season finale, this is what you have to do. I mean, I am who I am at the end of the day. I'm serving realism already from day one. So as I said, I have a pretty special day ahead, but we're gonna talk about that later. Okay, I'm back, all done. I could have waited, honestly. But now we're finally ready to move on with the day. And to do that, we have to go to another room in my apartment. Hi, welcome to my kitchen. Well, you might be wondering why we're here and why I'm wearing this gorgeous apron. Well, it's because, as I said, today is a pretty special day. Today is Monday, March 2nd, and it happens to be the anniversary of my business. Today, Viviana Graphics turns 4 years old. Yay! Feels really crazy. I don't know if I'm really processing this, but anyway. So I wanted to do something cute and bake a little cake to celebrate. This is not really an average day. I don't start my Mondays like this, but I thought it would be cute. What are we baking? What are we baking? Now, first of all, disclaimer, I am not a baker. If you follow me on Instagram, you know that I bake sometimes, but that doesn't mean that what I do is good. I mean, it tastes nice, but it doesn't look nice. You know, since I'm a designer, artist, whatever, you might assume that I'm good at like decorating and stuff like that. No. You would be wrong in assuming that. Oh my God, it feels like I'm doing stand-up with I cannot guarantee you that what you're about to see is gonna look good. I don't know what's gonna happen because I'm kind of improvising, but still. We are baking a little chocolate cake with some cream cheese frosting. I kind of want to stick to my brand colors, you know, brown, so chocolate cake. And for the cream cheese filling, I have some food coloring that I'm praying to the gods that is not expired. I don't know why I didn't check, honestly. So that should be yellow. And then I bought some cute little candles, like star-shaped candles that are pink. So yeah. Now, one small issue with all of this. The last time I turned on my oven, it kind of caught fire. I'm just gonna let you sit with that information for a while. Yeah, I don't really know what's gonna happen. I haven't turned it on since. It's been like 2 weeks. So we might have an explosive, fiery day ahead of us. I hope not. Let's get this roast cooking. This is a reference that like 2 people are gonna get, but so I was planning on doing a really tiny cake, so I want to use these things. I'm gonna make a couple because, as you can see, there's quite a bit of cake. I want to do like 2 layers, I think. I don't want like a huge cake. I mean, it's just for me, but I'm gonna make a few spare ones. Right, okay, moment of truth. We have to put in the food coloring now. This is the cream cheese filling. This is the food coloring. I don't know how much I'm supposed to put in, but yeah, let's do this together. Ooh, Jesus. Okay. You know what? I think we're gonna put the whole thing in. Also because I don't know when I'm gonna use this ever again. I know that you're not supposed to, but like, whatever. It doesn't taste great. Oh, fuck. Right, so now comes the hard part because I have to build the cake. Also, this is definitely not yellow enough. Okay, I slipped into something a little cuter. This is the final cake. I think it looks pretty cute, but I think that these like star candles are definitely doing all the work, because yeah, I'm pretty annoyed at the fact that there's pretty much like this white cast, that it's like the flour and the butter that I put on the thingy to make sure that it will come out, it wouldn't break, but it's not coming off, so it looks a little white. So I'm guessing that the best idea is to take pictures and then work a little Photoshop magic. These look so cute. The lighting is completely almost gone, so I'm pretty annoyed about that, but yeah, I'm gonna try to make some content. All right, I'm back after lunch. I forgot to do a taste test of the cake on camera, but it actually tasted pretty nice. Right, so now I'm actually gonna start some work. I'm working on a creative direction for a rebranding project, which is not technically a rebrand, but maybe it is. It's for a business that I already worked with. It's my current client, and they kind of need a change of look. It's actually a pretty interesting story and a first for me, but I think I'm gonna talk to you about it tomorrow, because I wanna just gather my ideas first. So yeah, I'm gonna see you tomorrow. Good morning, happy Tuesday. Today we have quite a few things on the to-do list, but I'm not sure what they are yet. I have a few messages from clients and I still have to check them out. Yesterday, I was telling you about a rebranding project that I was working on, but literally like 30 minutes after I stopped filming, I got a text from a client telling me that we should like put the project on pause for now because they want to think things through, and I actually agreed with them. Yeah, this is pretty much the life of a freelancer. It can be unexpected. Sometimes you wake up one day, you're not quite sure what you're gonna do. Most of my clients are Americans. I'm based in Italy, so with the time zone and everything, I usually wake up to messages from clients that they've sent me when I was asleep. So every day is a surprise. Also, I just saw that I have a reply for an inquiry, so I may have a new project. I don't know. I just checked the email from the client that inquired, and it seems like they're on board. I just had a look at their Pinterest board. It seems a really interesting project. So what I have to do now is put together an official project proposal and see what they think. I really didn't expect to possibly book a new client today. But yeah, as I said, the unexpected life of a freelancer. Okay, proposal sent. Now we wait. In the afternoon, I actually have to go meet a friend that I haven't seen in a while who's in town for a couple of days. So today is another day that's being cut short, but I don't think I'm coming back too late, so I might still get around and do some other stuff. On my to-do list, I have a label to design for a client, which I'm actually gonna do before I leave. Good morning, everybody. How are you doing? Today is Wednesday, and we got off to a pretty shaky start, literally, because this morning I got woken up by an earthquake. Yeah, everything is fine and we're all good. If you didn't know, I live near an active volcano, so we are no strangers to an earthquake. But it was a pretty big one. I think the biggest one we've ever had since I've moved in by myself. So I was a little startled, to say the least. They closed the schools and everything. So if you hear screaming children, it's because they're playing outside. After this shaky morning, I'm ready to start the day. Today is actually a pretty average day. Finally, we're gonna get a full day of work so I can show you what my actual routine is. I am gonna be honest here. I am not an early bird, and I have learned to accept that and to build my routine around that, because, you know, I have the privilege of working for myself and working from home, so I can do literally whatever the fuck I want. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna get like influenced by other people and feel guilty about doing things or not doing things a certain way, because I don't care. My workday starts a little later than usual. In the mornings, I feel very energized physically. This is when I usually do my workout. I work out every day for at least an hour, and then I do all my chores around the house. And then if I have some errands to run, like going to the grocery store and stuff like that, I would do that in the morning. And then after all of that is done and my body is finally awake, then my mind starts to wake up, like my creative mind. And even then, when I sit down finally, I don't do any actual creative work right off. I do my emails, I reply to texts, I kind of organize the day and see what needs to be done. I write my to-do list. So yeah, my creative flow is definitely like around like 5 or 6 p.m. Like you would find me doing my best work at around like 7 p.m. really. And that's just how my brain works. I tried to kind of train it into not doing that, but this is who I am. It took me a while to accept that I literally can do whatever I want. And now I feel balanced, like I feel like what I'm doing works for me. So today doesn't seem to be that busy yet. You know, when you work as a freelancer, you have those days when you're in a sort of a limbo, when you're waiting for feedback from a client and until they approve the work, you can't move forward, even though you have a lot more things to do. I'm at this stage with a branding client. We have worked on the brand identity and they had just a few adjustments on the color palette and the typography suite, but everything else, logo suite, illustrations, all worked. Thankfully, because I love that logo. It's another one of my 100% custom creations and I am so excited about it. I wish I could show you, but you know, I want to respect my clients' privacy and wait until they launch, but it shouldn't be too far from now. I don't know. Anyway, you might think, oh wow, you get a day off since you don't have anything really urgent to work on. No, because when you also work as a content creator, every minute that you have when you don't have to do client work is time that you use to work on your own content. Oh wait, something else happened. I don't know what's going on, but I am finding myself in the same exact situation as the other client. Yesterday, I thought that I was just going to do a new asset for a current client, but when I read the message, they were telling me that they needed a brand refresh. I don't know why all my clients are just refreshing their brand right now. And this is another client that already came with a brand identity. When I work with them, I just worked on some assets because they needed something specific. Now they need a refresh, so I'm happy to do it because I can finally get my hands on the brand identity as well. I just had lunch and I'm actually going to take a small break because I have to go retrieve some packages. If you're subscribed to my newsletter, you might know that I went on a little shopping spree on Vinted. This sweater that I'm wearing is from Vinted. The vest that I was wearing yesterday is from Vinted. I also got a tie. Not really sure why. If you have any advice on how to style a tie, I'm very curious. I've been there so many times recently that the guy didn't even ask for my last name. He just looked at me and said, package. I finished working on a carousel, but I realized that I need some pictures, and since the sun is about to go down, I'm gonna wait until tomorrow. It's almost 5 p.m. and for some people that means the end of the workday, but not for me. So I'm gonna keep working until 7:30. There's not gonna be anything really exciting. I might keep working on my secret passion project. Oh, I actually haven't said anything about it here. I teased it on my Instagram stories and I can't really show you anything because I want to make a whole YouTube video about it. And if my ideas come to life, somehow it's gonna be an insane project. I cannot wait. But with everything going on, with all my clients, all these projects, they're coming and going, I really haven't had the time to keep working on it. I am on the research stage still. So much research, I'm beginning to wonder if it's even necessary. And again, if you are subscribed to my newsletter, you know all of this already. So if you want to stay updated, the link is in the description. Welcome back to my kitchen. It's Thursday, and in my house, Thursdays are pizza days. If you follow me on Instagram, you know about my ongoing battle and my ongoing struggle with homemade pizza. I could have given up on it. I don't do it as often as I used to, but it's been a while and I'm craving some pizza. So I'm just gonna quickly make the dough and then we can get started with my day. Oh my god, I am so sore from my workout this morning. Maybe making pizza though wasn't the best thing. I haven't made pizza in a while, also because my right hand or wrist, sometimes it's my arm or my elbow, has been hurting quite often. It didn't used to happen this frequently. It was a once in a while kind of thing. Obviously, I try to restrain from any extra work that is not necessary. It's my right hand. It's the hand that I use for literally everything, but mostly for working, obviously. I don't even remember how long it's been, but I've been kind of struggling with this and it has slowed down my work a little. One of the things that I learned over the years is that ignoring your health issues is such a bad call, no matter how small they feel. I completely destroyed my back, my neck, and my posture during my first year because I was working so much, sitting on uncomfortable chairs for hours and hours. Even though my shoulders and my neck were killing me, I was like, yeah, I mean, if I stop doing this, they will stop hurting and everything is gonna be fine. But it wasn't like that. I ended up having to go to physical therapy. So yeah, if your back hurts, just get a better chair, get up, do something else, take a little walk, do some workout. That's why working out every day has been a lifesaver for me, really, because I went through some really tough times 2 years ago when my pains and everything started. You would think that doing this job would be the safest thing ever, like you just have to sit down and work, but it comes with its own issues. I also got a walking pad. I love it. I adore it because I have a standing desk. So all I have to do is put it up and I can keep working for 30 to 45 minutes every day. But enough about my weird health problems. I just took some pictures, as I said yesterday, for my carousel that's going up tomorrow. So I'm gonna edit them. This is one of those moments when you have been waiting a few days and the clients haven't responded with their feedback. So I think I'm gonna start sending some texts and be like, hey, so what's up? Just kind of remind them that it's time for the feedback. I have a lot of work in the next couple of weeks, but right now I just need that approval from the client. Had lunch, got my package. Now I can finally stop being anxious. I got an adapter for this microphone for my phone because I have an iPhone 12 and apparently it's old. So the adapter that was included in the microphone didn't work. Speaking of this microphone, first of all, I love it. It's so cute. I just got it basically to make this video. I was waiting to get the microphone in order to, actually come back to YouTube. And I bought it secondhand. It only cost me, I think, 44 euros. I usually don't buy this stuff secondhand, but it was the only option that I had on Amazon. So I was like, you know what, let's try this. Anyway, I got a reply for my project proposal that I sent out yesterday. And unfortunately, I will not be booking this client. It turns out that they wanted only a logo, and that is not really what I do. I think that they understood my point of view from the project proposal and they know why I will decline the project. It's a bummer, but it's literally my mission statement as a brand designer and visual designer. So yeah, sometimes it means losing a client, but at the end of the day, I believe in what I do and why I do it. So if it has to be this way, then so be it. On to the next, I haven't heard back from my clients yet, so what I'm gonna do is keep working on an illustration project that I have for a client. I have 6 custom illustrations that I have to do for them. If I have to be honest here, today is Thursday, March 5th, and Harry Styles' new album drops at midnight. And honestly, this is all I can think about today. I'm literally counting down the hours until I can finally listen to some new Harry music. This is who I am. I have been an Harry fan for 15 years. I'm gonna say that again, 15 years. And so this is like Christmas Day for me. So yeah, today was a really slow day. Again, waiting for feedback is something else. It's almost like there's this big thing looming right behind you because you know that you have so much work to do, but you can't really get to it. So you feel close to it, but it's not quite there yet. So I think this is gonna be all for the day. I'm just gonna keep working on those damn illustrations and keep editing this video. And I'm actually gonna give you a review of my pizza. If you don't see it, maybe I messed up like big time, but I think not. I hope not. Happy Friday from my car. I am going to the grocery store, and when I get back I have to update you on all that happened yesterday after I stopped recording. For now, I'm just gonna go and keep streaming Harry's album. He did it again. Oh my god. My favorites so far are Pop, Coming Up Roses, Dance No More, and the Carlos song, but I'm sure I'm gonna change my mind in a few days because they're all so great. If you haven't listened to it, I'm curious to hear about your favorites. Today is so gloomy and sad. It just started raining as I got back. Not the way I wanted to end this vlog. This week has been the embodiment of the meme, we are so back, it's over, we are so back. Because tell me why, literally 10 minutes after I stopped recording yesterday, first of all, I got a text from a client asking me to do 4 more new labels. So I actually ended up spending the entire afternoon doing that instead of all the things that I had planned. Then, remember the rebranding project that I was supposed to work on and then the client told me to stop for now? Well, we are so back with that too. The rebranding is back on. The client had some meetings and they decided that they still want to go through with the project. Now I have this big rebranding project on my schedule that I wasn't expecting. If you recall, I accepted that other brand refresh, and then I have the big branding project that I'm still working on, plus all my other retainer clients, like the one that asked for the labels yesterday. So I am a little overwhelmed. I don't know how I'm gonna fit all these projects. So this morning I'm waiting for the rebranding client to send me a mood board so I can get started with the creative direction. Look at me complaining about being so fucking busy. And yesterday I also kept the conversation going with the client that inquired. I sent another proposal with something a little different that's still quite out of their budget, but maybe meets their requirements and needs a little bit more. So I don't know what will happen with that, but thankfully, even if it happens, it's not gonna be until like 2 weeks from now. So I still have time to figure all of this out. I'm gonna write my to-do list for the day. I still have to check my emails, and hopefully the client will send me that Pinterest board soon. Why does my hair look like a chicken foot? Look at that, it's uncanny. I locked in for a couple of hours, didn't check the time, and the day is almost over. The sun is going down, and I think it's time to say goodbye. I think it's time to close the vlog. This week has been so unexpected. I've used this word many times, I know that, but it has been really. I mean, my life is usually a little bit more monotone and just average, but this week was quite eventful. I have felt many emotions, but mostly I think I was a little overwhelmed. You know, vlogging constantly was like a thought in my mind. I definitely didn't work as much as I wanted to because, you know, this takes time. Other than that, it's been really cool to kind of bring you into my life and show you what I do. It's a lot of this. It's a lot of staying home, filming content, working for clients all day, basically. I really just give myself time off in the evenings, but that doesn't mean that I don't do other stuff or that I have to say no to other stuff. This is a big lesson that I've learned over time after, again, past experiences when I put work above everything else, but that is not the case anymore. If I want to go out and meet a friend like I did this week, I will do that. And if I want to go out one night and maybe sleep in just a little bit like I did this morning, I'm gonna do that. And again, that's the beauty and the privilege of working for yourself and working from home. Working from home can be a little challenging because if you didn't know, I used to work from a studio the first 2 or 3 years, I don't remember, remember, of my business. I worked from a studio that I rented, but then obviously I took the decision to move in by myself and have a home studio. It is quite difficult. It really challenges you. You have to push yourself and make the decision to show up for yourself and do stuff, because it's so easy to say, oh, I'm going to do this later. Oh, maybe not today. Maybe not this. Maybe not now. This definitely helped me organize my day a little bit better and again, show up for myself every day. Anyway, if you've made it this far, I want to thank you so much for keeping me company this week. I have some plans for this channel. As I said, I have a video that I'm working on for a passion project, and maybe I would do this more often. I don't know. If somehow this is the first time you're meeting me, I realized I didn't even introduce myself. You can follow me on Instagram because that's my main platform. I'm there literally every day, maybe too much. I have a newsletter, as I said. It's called The Designer's Cut. And yeah, I'm gonna keep working, keep listening to Harry's album, and I will see you next time. Ciao, ciao!